Andrew Noble, son of Matthew Noble and Sharon Noble, the awesome. I am guardian of Irvine in the land, no wait, guardian of Teacher Street in the land of Irvine. And I am a rock and sand collector. But I'm not just any rock and sand collector. I am an exotic rock and sand collector. I have traveled the world in search for the perfectly crafted pieces of rock and perfect patches of sand. For example, I have gone across the United States, such as these southern areas of Texas, Arizona, Missouri, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Alabama, Georgia, and Louisiana. Now let me tell you the story of my journey through the Arizona desert. I spent 40 days and 40 nights in the blistering heat, in the chilling cold, as I searched for the perfect patch of sand. And you might say, it's a desert, there's plenty of sand. But have you ever looked for the perfect patch of sand? I mean, have you ever smelled Arizona desert sand? Ah, it breathes Arizona.
Okay.
Very excited.
You could, but it probably wouldn't taste very good. So, I have also gone across the great expanse terrain of Texas in search of the very stone the Chimera itself sits on. And yes, I have seen the Chimera. I even took a piece of the stone from the Chimera stone that this little piece is. It's the one with the Texas on it. And yes, I took a chip of it while the Chimera himself was letting nature fall. I've also traveled the great wind, water-swept city of New Orleans, which now, I would like to say, let's take a moment of silence while we remember the people of New Orleans. And in Texas and Kentucky, I spent 3 days searching for the perfect rock. Now let me get something straight. There are no rocks in Kentucky. Okay? There are pebbles. There is grass. There is dirt. There are plenty of trees and lots of land. But there are no rocks. Now, there is a difference between a pebble and a rock. And, well, actually, I'll show you this. Pebbles are about this big, and rocks should be about this big. So, I could clearly not find a rock. You know what? It reminds me of a time when I was doing some work for the President of the United States. Not Barack Obama, but Ronald Reagan himself. Yes, I am that old, and that is classified, and don't ask me why it's classified. So, I came to Ronald Reagan's Oval Office, not escorted by security. Yes, I know. They love me that much. And I came up to Ronald Reagan, and I said, Mr. President, you called me? And he stood up and said, Andrew Noble, I have a request for you. I need you to go to South America and find me the South American black rock. And I told him, I'm on it, Mr. President. So I spent months and days searching the South American rainforest, looking for the perfect, no, the South African, South American black stone. And I became very thirsty. So I came across a stream, and I bent down to grab some water. And right as I was about to drink it, splash, I dropped it. Some on my knee, most in the water. And I saw, across the stream, a platypus. I didn't take mind to it that moment, so I went back to grab another cup of water, and splash, I dropped it again, this time on the stream. And I realized that the platypus, either sitting or standing, I was just so fixated I couldn't realize it. Under the platypus was the South American black rock. And I knew that at that moment, my journey had come to a dramatic close. So as I stepped forward, I suddenly realized that was not just any platypus. It was the South American platypus, known for its giant yellow eyes that stare into your very soul, and its giant beaver tail that can swipe 1,000 trees at once, and then its giant bill that can crush the very bones of humans, and then its menacing claw, which poisons you and paralyzes you to drinking out of a sippy straw for the rest of your life. So I thought for a minute, how am I going to do this? And then I remembered, I had gone to the grocery store early at that moment. So, let's see, what was on my list? Oh yes, 1 pound of meat and a baguette. So I said, I'm going to distract him with the baguette. And then I reached in and I actually pulled out the meat, so I was like, maybe platypuses like meat. So I threw the meat, and he was just there. He just stood there, glaring with those big yellow eyes. So I said, all right, this time the baguette. And then I threw the baguette, and he went to get the baguette, and I said, this is my time. And then I ran, but then I tripped, and I hit a rock with my knee, and then my elbow, and then my cheek, and the water was gushing all over me in the stream, and I couldn't see anything because I think I lost my glasses. And I said, oh, I gotta find the rock. But that wasn't the rock. That wasn't the rock. And oh my goodness, he's nibbling on the baguette. This is not the South American black rock. And each time I grabbed the rock, I said, this is not the South American black rock. This is not the South American black rock. He was done with the baguette. This is not the South American black rock. This is not the South American black rock. Oh my goodness, he's coming towards me. This is not the South American black rock. He's 3 feet away from me. South American, the platypus! And I threw the platypus across me. And I grabbed the South American black rock and ran the other way. And I ran, and I ran. And I ran. And I looked back, and I said, thank goodness they have short, stubby feet. I mean, how do they run? So I was thankful that I was able to get away from that menacing platypus. So I returned to the president, and I gave him the black rock, and he congratulated me and gave me a medal. And I think for all that trouble I should have gotten something more than a medal, but I'm an honorable man, so, you know, I decided to take it like that. So, anyways, we're out of time, and if I told you any more of my stories, then, well, you'd be here all year. So, let me just say that... So let me just say this. Let me leave you with this one. Rock and sand collecting is not just a hobby, a job, or even a skill. It's a way of life. Thank you.